With every powerful step across the golden plains of Mala Mala, a shadow falls, a silhouette of raw power and relentless dominance. Six figures stride through the tall grass, their golden manes catching the first light of dawn. They are more than lions. They are legends. Known as the Mapogo Confederacy, these six brothers of the wild have broken every rule of the African savannah. With crimson-stained teeth and a thirst for conquest, they have seized territory, destroyed rivals, and rewritten the rules of lion survival. But how did they rise to such unchallenged supremacy? What made them kings, feared by all? Discover the mystery of the Mapogo, powerful and bloodthirsty rulers. Wild Animal Documentary. Where the wild world reveals its most compelling story. Sabii Sands, a famous private reserve in South Africa, covers 6,500 hectares and is adjacent to the vast Kruger National Park. With no fences separating the two areas, wildlife moves freely between the two areas, creating an incredible biodiversity. It is home to the Big Five: lion, leopard, elephant, rhinoceros, and buffalo. And more than 200 species of mammals and 500 species of birds. Established in the 1940s, Sabii Sands was South Africa's first private reserve, with the Sand and Sabii River networks providing vital water during the dry season, balancing nature conservation and sustainable tourism. However, it was in this land that, from 2006 to 2012, the name Mapogo was etched into the memories of wildlife documentary watchers. The alliance of 6 male lions ruled over 1,700 acres of territory, much larger than a typical pride. During its peak, Mapogo eliminated more than 40 adult male lions and wiped out more than 10 pride. an unprecedented feat in the history of wild animals. Not only possessing strength and ruthlessness, Mapogo also left a complex legacy. Depicting the harshness of nature, where fangs and claws determine power. It is a land where the strong rule and legendary stories forever echo in the heart of the savannah. This place is not only a destination, but also a symbol of the connection between humans and nature. Marked by endless stories of survival and the splendor of the wild world. The first rays of sunlight fell on the Sabii sands, illuminating the beginning of a legend, Makulu. A cub abandoned at the age of 20 months. In the wild, where there is no room for weakness, Makulu seemed to have no chance of survival. He wandered the vast grasslands, skinny and lost in his eyes, trying to find food and shelter. The echoing howls of hyenas and the shadows of larger predators. All seemed to plunge Makulu into a spiral of fear and imminent peril. But luck smiled. When Makulu accidentally encountered another group of adult lions. At first, his appearance made the pride growl in alarm, even suffering attacks to test their perseverance. However, Makulu's survival instinct and unyielding spirit conquered this pride, and he officially became a member of the group. Few could have guessed that the weak young lion would become the leader of one of the most famous and feared lion alliances in history. At its peak, the Mapogo alliance consisted of 6 lions. Makulu, the strong leader. Pretty Boy, gentle but experienced. Mr. T, famous for his mane standing upright like a warrior's crest. Rasta, wild and uninhibited. Dreadlocks, wearing battle scars on his face like a living badge. And Kinky Tail, brave with a characteristic curled tail. The formation of a coalition of 6 members is extremely rare in the lion world. Normally, a male lion alliance has only 2 to 3 members. Enough to maintain strength but not cause internal conflict. However, the Mapogo alliance broke all the laws of nature. The journey of these 6 warriors across the grasslands is a majestic sight. They move like an invincible army, marking out a territory of up to 1,700 acres. Much larger than the control range of a regular pride of lions. The Mapogo's resounding roars not only announce their presence, but also serve as a challenge to any rival. One expert on wild animal documentary once commented, "A 6-member alliance provides an overwhelming advantage in terms of strength and territorial control. But at the same time, is a great test of internal cohesion and stability." And indeed, the Mapogo impress not only with their ferocity, but also with their spirit of solidarity. Where each member plays an important role in hunting strategy and protecting the territory. From an abandoned lion cub, Makulu led the Mapogo alliance to become a legend in the Sabii sands. This alliance is not only a symbol of strength, but also a testament to the fierce spirit of survival. Where even the weakest can overcome adversity to become rulers of the harsh steppe. At dawn on the Sabii Sand Savannah, the Mapogo Alliance, led by Makulu, showcased their rising dominance with their first coordinated hunt involving all 6 members. The buffalo herd, known for their formidable size and sharp horns, poses a significant challenge, even for seasoned predators. However, the Mapogo's unity and precision turned the hunt into a display of their prowess. Makulu led the attack from the front, dispersing the herd. While Mr. T and Kinky Tail flanked the prey to block escape routes. Meanwhile, Pretty Boy and Rasta lay in ambush. Within moments, their combined efforts brought down the herd leader, with victorious roars announcing their dominance. This marks the beginning of the Mapogo's expansion, transforming Sabii sands into a battlefield. During one invasion, they encountered a coalition of 4 male lions. In a twilight clash filled with roars and tearing claws, Mapogo's superior numbers and tactics prevailed. Makulu led decision charges, while Mr. T's ferocity immobilized an opponent with a relentless grip on its neck. Kinky Tail overpowered another with sheer strength. And Pretty Boy and Rasta improved their foes' coordination. By the end, 2 rival lions were dead, and the remaining fled, leaving their territory to the Mapogo. This alliance, both ruthless and unified, reshaped the power dynamics of the savannah, securing their place as a force to be reckoned with in the Wild Animal Documentary Chronicles. Mapogo's dominance extends beyond territory expansion. Deeply impacting the Sabii Sands ecosystem. After defeating rival prides, Mapogo employs infanticide, a strategy to eliminate the defeated pride's cubs. This erases the rival's genetic legacy and forces female lions to mate with Mapogo males to ensure survival of their lineage. While infanticide is common in wildlife, Mapogo's approach is notably brutal. They destroy not only male and female lions, but also cubs, dismantling the social structure of entire prides. This dominance has caused a sharp decline in young lions, disrupting the lion population balance. With fewer rivals, Mapogo continues expanding its territory. Increasing pressure on predators like hyenas and leopards. These species are forced to adapt, changing their behavior and avoiding encounters with the fierce alliance. The Mapogo's actions demonstrate their power, but also leave lasting damage to the ecosystem. The imbalance triggers a chain reaction. Reduced young lion numbers allow species like antelope and buffalo to grow. But this disrupts the natural food chain. Leopards, often outcompeted by Mapogo for prey, are forced to move to distant areas, straining resources like food and water in new habitats. As one wildlife expert observed, the Mapogo's story is one of overwhelming power, but also the price of brutality in nature. Power always comes at a cost. Indeed, with each victory, the Sabii Sands witnesses the rise of a legend and feels the shadow of their cruelty, an embodiment of strength, power, and unrelenting dominance. The Mapogo Alliance, despite its dominance built on strength and unity, faced internal tensions. Over time, rivalry grew between Makulu, the seasoned leader, and Mr. T, the ambitious and unyielding challenger. Every decision and move of the alliance became overshadowed by their competition. One morning, this growing conflict erupted into a fierce battle, forever altering the dynamics of the alliance. Makulu, a seasoned leader, faced off against the younger, defiant Mr. T. Claws slashed through the air, and powerful pounces shook the ground. The slow-motion camera captured every detail. Makulu's cold stare, Mr. T's determined lunge, and the piercing screeches as they clashed in a fierce battle. The fight lasted for hours, with neither willing to retreat. Though neither was defeated, the conflict deeply affected the alliance. A wild animal documentary once stated, "The greatest threats to an alliance often come from within." This proved true for Mapogo. After this decisive battle, the alliance fractured. Mr. T, with Kinky Tail by his side, claimed control of the Eastern Territory. Meanwhile, Makulu, along with Pretty Boy, Rasta, and Dreadlocks, maintained power in the West. Each faction forged its own legacy, continuing to dominate and cementing their fearsome reputations in the savannah. The split weakened Mapogo's unity, but did not tarnish their fearsome reputation. Mr. T and Kinky Tail continued their reign in the east, ruthlessly destroying other prides and controlling vast territories. Meanwhile, Makulu and his group solidified their hold in the west, preserving the alliance's legendary legacy. Experts remarked, even after the split, both factions upheld Mapogo's terrifying reputation, instilling fear across the savannah. This division, however, had notable effects on the ecosystem. As the two factions competed for territory and resources, other prides in Sabii Sands seized the opportunity to grow. New prides emerged, but lacked the strength to challenge either Mapogo faction directly. Despite internal division, the Mapogo alliance remained a dominant force. Leaving an indelible mark on the savannah as symbols of power and relentless cruelty. The Sabii Sands, once dominated by the Mapogo alliance, faced a rising threat from a new force, the Majingilane. This alliance of 5 young, powerful, and aggressive lions brought overwhelming strength and unwavering unity. Their ambition extended beyond conquering territory. They symbolized a shift in the ecosystem. Each silent step of the Majingilane increased tension across the grasslands, creating a palpable sense of unease. A confrontation between the two greatest lion alliances in Sabii Sands history felt inevitable, marking the dawn of a new chapter in this wild and untamed land. One misty morning, Majingilane entered the Mapogo territory. The powerful silhouettes of the 5 challengers stood out against the yellow grassland. The atmosphere became more tense than ever as the roars of the two alliances began to echo, tearing apart the silence of dawn. The inevitable battle broke out right at the border of the territory, a battle that would decide fate. In this battle, Kinky Tail, the lion known for its extraordinary strength, was separated from Mr. T and became the target of all 5 Majingilane members. Despite being outnumbered, Kinky Tail fought to the last breath. It charged in like a true warrior, using its strength to fight back. But Majorlane's overwhelming numbers and tactics left Kinky Tail with no chance. In the end, Kinky Tail fell to the enemy, the image of a fallen ruler surrounded by the thunderous roars of the victor. Mr. T, Kinky Tail's loyal comrade and brother-in-arms, was forced to retreat. Mr. T walked across the grasslands, his lonely figure gradually fading away. Leaving behind not only a lost battle, but also the irreparable weakening of the Mapogo alliance. This battle marked the beginning of the collapse. As the Mapogo lost the monopoly they once held. Mapogo is not only a story of strength, but also a reminder of the wild beauty and fragility of nature. But to keep legends like Mapogo from being just memories, we need to take action today. Let's protect lions and the wild ecosystems where the great stories of nature are still being written. If you find this story inspiring, don't forget to like, subscribe to the 4K Wild Animal Documentary channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next journey. Together, we can preserve this wild beauty for future generations.